taking the time to join us in this discussion. In designing this and other webinars, we're hoping that we can disseminate meaningful knowledge and skills that can take us closer to a goal of improving the quality of education in Indian classrooms. In today's webinar, we'll be exploring 4 different things. The first one is exploring lesson plans, activities, worksheets, etc. in TICLinks. Second one is trying out a few resources. Third one is understanding how you can contribute to the community. And the fourth point is understanding how teachers can collaborate with students. With that, let me introduce our great speakers for today. We start with Sanjay. Sanjay has worked on TICLinks for over 4 years in the capacity of CEO and has studied many open community tools like Wikipedia along the journey. Prior to this, Sanjay was a CEO of MHI's fintech company. He is also an alumnus of IIT Delhi and IIM Ahmedabad. We also have Vijayan. He was a fellow for India 2015 cohort and continued teaching in the same school for another year. He is involved in a school project to improve English learning outcomes in primary section. Prior to this, Mr. Vijayan was world-class manufacturing leader and quality manager with Tetra Pak India Limited in Pune. Currently, he works as the content leader for TICLinks. We welcome both of you to this webinar. That brings us to the norms for the webinar today. Like I said in the beginning, given the large audience we're expecting today, please keep your video and mic off to reduce stress on the bandwidth. Unmute it only when the speakers are asking you to do so. You can keep typing in all your questions, comments, or any doubts that you have in the chat box. I'll be curating all your questions and asking them to our speakers today. Also, please remember that learning many new things is slightly challenging in the beginning, but we can take notes, we can discuss with our partners and peers after the webinar to strengthen our learning. Also, this webinar will be recorded and will be available on YouTube and Phirki website very soon. We also have Anu from our team who will be taking notes for the session, a summary of which will be sent to all of you along with the recording and the resources of the webinar. So that brings me to the end of my introduction. I know it is slightly long, but let's move ahead. Before we move ahead with the webinar at hand today, I would like to do a quick opening activity. So what we're going to do now is when I say 3, 2, 1, all of you will unmute yourselves and say hello in your mother tongue. So it can be namaste, namaskaram, vanakkam, it can be anything in your mother tongue. When I say 3, 2, 1, all of us will unmute and say hello. Okay, let's start. 3, 2, 1.
Namaskar.
Very
Good evening, ma'am.
Namaskar.
Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for that. It was really loving to hear like lots of people in different languages. Thank you so much for that. With that, let's move on to the webinar. I hope you have an interesting evening. Over to our speakers now.
Excuse me, ma'am. Hello?
Yes?
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, Mr. Vijayan and Mr. Sanjay, over to you.
Thanks.
Ma'am, actually, what's that?
Sanjay, you're on mute.
Thanks, Eli, and namaste, vanakkam, sat sri akal to all the participants. Vijayan, are you there?
Yes.
Over to you, Vijayan.
Good afternoon to all of you. I can see that a lot of people
Good
have
afternoon,
joined.
sir.
Yeah, a lot of people have joined.
Good afternoon, sir.
We are speaking from Pune and we have got a fantastic weather here, very pleasant and sunny. So I hope that you have a very beautiful afternoon with us today to learn some very interesting things. And now when I was looking at the registration, I found that practically all of you are teachers or educators, and therefore I don't have to really stress how important it is for you to do lesson planning. You know it already. So what we are going to show you today is an app called Ticklinks, which is basically, the purpose of which is to basically make teachers' life easier. So Mr. Sanjay will lead you through that and tell you by the end of this session, you will be able to realize how much more this can help you. Now, during the pre-session mail we had instructed you that you should download this app called Ticklinks from the and actually you should, if you have not done it still, you have to download it now so that while we are going through the presentation, you can be ready for the activity. There's an activity called Treasure Hunt in between, so you can participate in that. Next. So in this session, we actually have 5 parts, basically the introduction. Then we have a demo of this tool and also a concept walkthrough. Then we'll have a question and answer session. After that, we have an activity. Finally, we'll have a summary to wind up the session, and then we'll open up for various questions. So Sanjay, now over to you.
Thanks, Vijayan. And look forward to a very exciting afternoon today and lots of questions from the participants. So what is Ticklinks? Ticklinks is something like Wikipedia for teachers. So we are trying to put together lesson plans, videos, activities, assessments, and these are made by the teachers and for the teachers. And, when I say Wikipedia, Wikipedia comes in our mind with very high quality resources which are free and resources which are contributed by the community and used by the community. So that is the spirit with which we are trying to build Ticklinks. Why are we looking at lesson plans? The reason we are looking at lesson plans is because planning is a very important activity for teachers. Anything needs planning, and so like everything else, a classroom needs to be planned for. However, teachers get very little time for preparation. There are normally 30 to 35 periods per week for each teacher. And if the teacher spends 10 minutes preparing for each of these periods, that works out to like 6 hours. And on the other hand, there are so many resources on the internet which are exciting. New resources keep coming in, new ideas keep coming in. So how do we get the benefit of all that we see outside the classroom into the classroom? So there are so many good videos which we see on our WhatsApp. There are so many good resources on the internet. How do we get those in the classroom? And that is the purpose of making these lesson plans and in the community to get these exciting activities in the classroom. So this is how teachers are making lesson plans currently. And what it looks like on Ticklinks. And I will directly jump into the system so that you get a feel of what we are attempting. So here is a screen after you have registered in Ticklinks. So you see the subjects that you are following. So teachers can follow subjects. So normally a teacher who is teaching science or maths or maybe 3rd grade will follow the subjects that they are teaching. So they will have maybe 3, 4, 5 subjects that they are teaching. And you can add more subjects to follow here. You can also choose a board. So currently most of the work that we have done is in CBSE, but we are adding content for Punjab board right now. And we want to increase that library along with the community as we go along. So here I can choose a class, then I can choose a subject and also, the language. So currently most of the content is in English, but we have started translating the content in Hindi and we have almost 400 lesson plans in Hindi now. So once you have followed the subjects of your choice, you can jump into these subjects. And these are the chapters in the book. So these are the chapters in the NCERT book. So if you go to Punjab board, you will find the chapters in the Punjab board books. and they give you an idea of how to plan for this particular chapter. So this particular chapter, Poonam's Day Out, can be done in 6 periods, and it has 6 lesson plans. Similarly, the plant fairy. So each of them is depending upon the number of concepts and sub-concepts in the chapter divided into number of periods. We can then jump into one of them. So we get the objective of each and every class, and this objective is very essential because, you know, what is it that we are going to do in the class today, and how do we know whether we have achieved what we set out to do? This objective defines that. So here, for example, students will be able to list some common plants around us and describe the diversity in plants, or students will be able to describe the variety of leaves. So I jump in one of them. So this tells us how to open the class, what activity we can do in the class, what is the concept, and how to strengthen the concept with some activity, and what is the assessment to understand whether this objective has been achieved or not. And this is, you know, typically like a 35-minute class. And so we also give some guidance that, you know, this opening can take roughly 5 minutes, and this activity about 10 minutes, and this assessment about 5 minutes. So the teacher gets a guidance. Of course, the teacher will contextualize the lesson plan as per their class, but they get some resources and they get guidance. The resources are a mix of resources which come from the book. So here, for example, some of the resources, this image, for example, is from the book. I'm just showing it, you know, so this is the book, and, you know, it has some images, some content. So why are we doing this? And, you know, what is it that is there in the lesson plans which is not there in the book? So for example, this particular chapter in the book is 9 pages. It has images that are good, but, you know, the teacher will need more things he can do with the children in the class. So here we make these kind of worksheets available to the teachers so that they can run some activities with the children. We also provide their answers. We provide some concepts which are aggregated or maybe sometimes elaborated more than what is there in the book, so that the teacher has and they can use it in the class easily. And we have assessments, we have activities like, for example, this activity here, I spy with my little eye. So, you know, because we are talking about trees which are possibly around children, so trees with thick and thin stems, small leaf, big leaf, so a game can be played. So what we are doing essentially is we are putting together resources from the book, from the open community. This is an assessment along with the answer. And in some cases, we may find some very exciting videos and activities. For example, in this particular lesson plan, describing the variety of leaves, we have some very nice activities from YouTube of how to make parrots with different types of leaves, so small leaves, big leaves, colorful leaves, how to make butterfly, how to make a rabbit. So we are...
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, actually, I want to know something from you. Sir, are you going to discuss about Google Forms, sir?
No.
Oh, sir, I think sir, today's session is about Google's Forms, sir.
No.
Hi, Haripada. Can we take the questions at the end? Today's session is about Ticklinks, where they'll be speaking to us about their features. We can take definitely questions at the end. Thank you so much. Sanjay, please continue.
Yeah, thanks. So we put together resources from open source like this YouTube video. We put together worksheets which are enrichments which our team puts in or which the community puts in. And then there are these poems, for example, or activities from the book, which together make a lesson plan. So this lesson plan is something which now the teacher has with a clear objective and a set of activities and assessment to run the classes in. Similarly, when we look at maths, for example, and I'm looking at a higher grade now, we have the opening, we have concepts. So this is triangle and its properties. And I'm jumping into students will be able to state and verify angle sum property of triangle. So here we have an opening on how the teacher can start the class. We have some activity, and the activity here is, how does one put the three angles of a triangle together to make 180 degree. And this is an activity which is available on the internet, and we put it from there. We have a video from Khan Academy which was found relevant here, so that has been catalogued here. And we have some worksheets. So in maths, we find lots of worksheets from open source, which we put here, and then these are available to the teachers. So of course there are exercises in the book, but there are also some very neat worksheets available on the internet, which can be very useful for the teachers. So if we put together these resources, it is also possible that as the experienced teachers, and so many of them out there in the community, as they go through the classes, they get ideas on how to improve, and they are doing something in the class which they want to add. So the teachers can also add links. They can put images, they can put PDF files, YouTube links, web links, videos. So here, for example, there is a teacher who has taken an image of what they did in the class and uploaded it here. In fact, Bharti Foundation, one of our partners in this mission, will be speaking about, and they have put 1,400 teacher learning materials in this period of last 2.5 months during COVID. And that is how the community will get enriched, because we will have more and more content. But it is not just about more and more content. It is also about how do we keep the content clean, so that the teacher, when they come, they get only the relevant things and they don't have to search. So we have learning from Wikipedia on how does one create a community tool and a community resource which is clean and which is still managed by the community and can be maintained in a nice way. So those are the principles which we are applying here of how does one replace links and who can do what to manage this library. So this is, a broad outline of what lesson plans look like. Teachers can also add similar lesson plans. So as teachers in the community get senior, they can also add lesson plans. In general, the activities and the concepts, etc., are kept exactly what the teacher will need for 35 minutes. If there are more resources, they are added here so that the teacher can see more resources, but they are not upfront inundated with too many resources. There was also a need that there are many students who lag behind in the class. Almost 30% of the students lag and need to be helped with lower grade courses. So here I am showing you a chapter from 5th maths, where the teacher can jump into the 4th grade or the 3rd grade related chapters, and they can see those content, and then they can see those worksheets and help the children with those content and that those worksheets and that content. We have done a lot of work in social studies also. So social studies, we have put together content which is more discussion oriented. Also, we have tried to make it more relevant to what the students do and in their near lives. So here, for example, students will be able to describe how the Kalinga War brought a change in Ashoka's attitude. So here the opening activity is that Radha wants to win the first prize in the class at any cost, and then she has to sacrifice many things to reach there, and did she find worth it? This another activity is reflection on Diwali Day celebration and how do animals feel after the celebration. So these activities help children relate some of these concepts in history and civics to more in their current lives and what it means to them in their current lives. In general, the content that we put together, we try to put it in a way so that it is very visual and easy to consume, because we believe that on phone, and this tool is being accessed mostly on phone by 95% of the teachers. So people will have low attention span and they will see it if it is clean and if it is visual. So the content is developed in a way so that it is easy to consume. We have also started work on Hindi because Hindi is a large requirement across the country. We have, like I said, put together almost 400 lesson plans now in Hindi. So this looks very much similar to what we saw in English, just that the objectives are now in Hindi here. And we also have some of this content which is translated in Hindi. So this work is ongoing and we hope to complete much of it fast. So, this is what Ticklinks is. And I will go back to the application. We have also integrated Ticklinks with Firki, and this can be accessed also directly from Firki. So here is the content partner page of Firki, and people on Firki can directly access Ticklinks from Firki. So, our step 2 on the treasure hunt, if you have not downloaded the app and if some of you have Apple phone, please log on to ticklinks.com on the website and you can do the same activity on the Ticklinks website. And just follow a subject. So you can follow CBSE class 6 history. So, like what I showed you here, you can add subjects to follow, and then you can choose CBSE, pick your class, pick your subject, and follow history. And I can't disclose the price right now. So we covered some of these features. Teachers can follow subjects of their choice. The content is from open source, it's from textbook, and it's enriched by the team. Teachers can add content. There are bridge chapters to help students who are lagging, and we are developing content on vernacular language also. So far we have developed about 2,500 lesson plans of English, and these are CBSE board for math, science, EVS, social studies class 1 to 8. So we have completed these subjects, and these lesson plans are available on Ticklinks and source like Wikipedia. So it is it's a free resource for everyone and also for the community to contribute. Right now we are working on translating these plans in Hindi. We are also working on lesson plans for English language and working on Punjab board. Some of our partners are Bharti Foundation. They have about 200 schools. They are with us today and they will share some of their experiences. And they have large presence in Punjab, and that's the reason why we are working on Punjab board syllabus right now with them. We are working with Teach for India. We have done a technology integration with Firki, and the content is available through Firki. We are working with DAV Chennai, 8 schools. So while we are constructing a tool which is like Wikipedia, which is free to use, we believe it should be the highest quality tools which even the best schools aspire to use. And we are very happy to partner with DAV Chennai for that. 30 of their teachers in this last 2 months during COVID period have gone through all the lesson plans, and they have given a very high review for all the work that we have done. And these are some other partners that we are working with. There are some features that we have put for schools. So things like student diary. So this requires schools to be partnering with us. So schools can send and receive content to the student. So here, this is a WhatsApp kind of an interface, and notification has been sent by teacher for 4th maths and 3rd maths to the students. So the teachers can jump into a lesson plan and they can either send that notification for the entire lesson plan, or they can send a notification for a particular activity or a particular worksheet. Or it could be things that the teachers have uploaded which they can share with the students. So here, for example, there is a diary option. So I could click here and add to the diary, or I could go into the activity and just send the activity to the students. So, if I go into this fourth maths, it tells me these are the things which my teacher has sent me, and then I can directly jump on them and see them. So fairly straightforward. So one other feature we have is syllabus tracking. So one of the challenge expressed is that there are so many classes, so many sections, and so many schools at time, like for Bharati Foundation, DAV, etc. How do we know whether the class or the subject is progressing as per plan? Are we ahead? Are we behind? Are we ahead by 5 periods or 10 periods? So we have a tool where teachers can define their plan for the year, like this crop production and management, start date, end date, number of periods they can define. And as they update the plan, the status gets updated. So the teachers can jump into the chapter, they can mark a particular period as completed, or they can mark the entire chapter as completed. So based on that, the status is available at a subject level, at a class level, and at a school level for principals to take adequate action. So these are, some of the features which are available for school. So student diary, private space for teachers. So in case, some of the content is to be kept private for the school and they don't want to share. Approval flags, workflows for managing the content. So managing content like Wikipedia is in itself an art and a science. So, what kind of replace features, what kind of edit features, and who can do what, and building that entire framework and having it available to the schools is available along with the tool. So broadly, we have two offerings. So community offering is open to all, like Wikipedia, which is the content. And we are continuously adding more content in partnership with more number of institutions so that good content is easily available to teachers to use in the class. We are putting some gamification on it and recognition through teacher badges. So we believe that, if teachers use this content continuously for 30 weeks, 35 weeks, they will definitely be benefited, and we will want to give them master teacher badges. And there are some offerings for schools like student diary, the private area for teachers, syllabus tracking, etc. So those are the features of Ticklinks. And what I would do is I would now go back to our treasure hunt, and I would like you to follow. You have already followed history, and we will now be running a few polls with you and understanding how are we looking at, how do teachers look at lesson plans, what are the kind of challenges you face, and what are your thoughts about what you have seen so far. But before that, we will run a poll on the treasure hunt and then go to the next set of questions. So Bala and Prerna, over to you for running the poll.
बाकी ठीक है, बात तो सवाल हो गई कौन सा
Do I have to stop sharing, Bala, to run the poll?
We can see the poll now on the screen. You can answer those questions. We have around 10 responses as of now.
Yeah, I can see that. I think almost 40 now.
So you can see a poll on your screen. You can answer that. We have around 79, 80 responses as of now.
Yeah. Shall we end the poll now, Bala? Okay. Thanks. So 91 people voted and 23 voted for the first option. Students will be able to provide an overview of the Mauryan Empire. Second, students will be able to articulate teaching of Ashoka's Dhamma. And third, 49%, 54% for students will be able to describe how the Kalingas or brought a change in Ashoka's attitude. So C is the right answer, and maximum people have voted for that. So thanks a lot, everyone, and we will get back to you with your prizes. So that's the right answer, C. We can go to the next poll, Ellie.
Yeah, we can see the next poll on the screen. Request everyone to answer that. Also, we request all the participants to please keep your mic off. There is some disturbance here and there. So we request you to please keep your mic off. You can respond using chat or through the poll. We have around 100 responses as of now. Yeah, it's moving here. 120. We have around 200 responses.
Yes,
67% of us. Perfect.
So thanks, Ellie. So the answers are, do you create lesson plans before class? 92% have said yes, and 2% have said no. 6% have said sometimes. So seems like most of the people are making lesson plans before going to the class. Does lesson planning help? 92% have said yes. So again, majority have said yes. How much time do you spend to make a plan for one period? Less than 10 minutes, 5% have said less than 10 minutes. 59% have said 10 to 30 minutes. So that again is the majority, and more than 30 minutes is 35%. So, most seem like to be spending around 30 minutes for lesson plan. Do you plan weekly, daily, or monthly? Weekly is 59%, which is the majority. Daily is 30%, and monthly is 11%. Do you think a library like this can help? 88% have said yes, and 11% have said not sure. So majority feel that this kind of a library could be useful. Are these results being shared with all, Ellie? I mean, we can share these with all.
Yes, everyone can see the results.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll just stop sharing now then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thanks, I would love to take some questions at this stage and have, a question answer before we proceed with our next set of discussions.
Okay, perfect.
We would love to take some questions.
Yeah, okay. So we can take some questions now then. So there are lots of questions around content in higher grades, like after grade 8, 9, 10, and even other syllabus other than CBC. Do we have content in other syllabus and higher grades?
Okay. So the plan is that, we will make content for higher grades. We are right now trying to do for primary sections and up to class 8. And the reason being, we are conscious that, the major learning outcomes and the majority of the impact happens in these junior sections. But we have started some work for 9 to 12. But that is on a lower priority right now. It is not at the speed at which, some of the other work is happening, like on Punjab board. And after that, we will be picking up some other state boards. We are also talking to some other partners. And if those discussions happen, we could be starting to work on some other state boards ahead of, our schedule. So yeah, I mean, in short, we want to increase the library for other classes and other boards, but we are trying to work along with the community. Any other questions, Ellie? Ellie?
Okay, perfect. From Facebook Live.
Hello.
Sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. The question was, how can I upload lesson plans on TICLinks? If users can upload that on TICLinks.
Yeah, users can upload lesson plans on TICLinks. And like I said, I mean, Bharti Foundation teachers uploaded almost 1,400 teacher learning materials on TICLinks in just the last 2.5 months. There are various levels in TICLinks. So you first start by uploading activities, web links, YouTube videos, or your own documents under concepts or activities or assessments or worksheets. And once you have 10 such items which are accepted and found good, then you graduate to adding similar lesson plans. And that is the second level. And once you have added 10 similar lesson plans which are accepted, then you graduate to adding the main lesson plan. So there is a hierarchy which is maintained so that, the content which comes in is of high quality and is by the teachers who have proved themselves and are, putting in good quality content so that it is good for others. So you can start uploading content today. You can start uploading your activities and worksheets and web. And once you have 10 good hits, you move to the next level.
Okay, perfect. There is one follow-up question to that. How do you ensure quality of content uploaded by users? You just mentioned, but if you can add on to that.
So we are following the policy of Wikipedia of good faith. So when you upload a content, it is uploaded and you can see it. Our team in the backend is looking at it, and if we find that the content is not good quality, it can be brought down.
Perfect. Are we taking more questions or are we moving ahead?
No, I think we'll move on. So maybe one more question if there is a
perfect. There's one more question. How do we ensure involvement of students and how do we assess that?
We have built this concept of student diary, and the content is as relevant to the students as to the teacher. But this tool is focused such that, students can be guided by a teacher or by a elder. Generally, my understanding is that up to class 10th, 95% or maybe, around that, students are more driven by teachers in their learning outcome. So this tool is, meant to help the teachers so that they can in turn help the students.
Perfect. I think that answered the question. Then shall we move ahead? I'll keep a note of the other questions. Yeah. Thank you.
I think we'll take them towards the end. So we can close this polling window. I can close it. Yeah. Okay, so what challenges do you foresee in such a library? I think we had some very good questions like how do we keep content of high quality? How do we get a lot of other subjects like languages, a lot of other classes like 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and a lot of other boards. And I think this is a community effort. We are trying to build a community working with various stakeholders, and we would love to have participation of all of you, here in this webinar and giving us ideas and giving us support. Should content be organized for each state board or should it be organized by concepts? Sometimes, there is a temptation that maybe we should organize it by concepts so that, we don't have to do it many times. But the challenge also is that all the books are, written differently. The chapters are different. They are covered, things are covered in different classes. And sometimes, like when I am seeing the Punjab board books versus the NCERT books, the context is very different. So, if you have to help the teachers in a very directed way, I feel we need to organize the content by state board, and that's what we are attempting. So I was initially planning to have these as question answer, but I think we are running a little behind time. So I'm rushing and sorry for that. Who should be moderators in the community? Should there be a council of teachers? And I would love to have that discussion towards the end and have some thoughts from the community as well. So I would now like to hand over to Bharti Foundation. Bharti Foundation and Open Links Foundation have been working together for almost year and a half, more than a year and a half now. And when we were just conceptualizing this library of lesson plans and this Wikipedia kind of concept is the time when Bharti Foundation showed a lot of confidence in this kind of community building exercise where, we build a community for putting together such a library. And last 3 months have been very, very fruitful because, a lot of the content was ready from lesson plans point of view, which teachers could see. And also the situation happened such that, a lot of teachers were using this library and could contribute to the library. So I would like to call upon Yogendra sir, who is a principal of one of the schools of Bharti Foundation, to take us through his journey and his thoughts about TICLINGS. Yogendra sir.
Good afternoon, Jai Hind all. I think if a host can allow my camera to run. Yeah, it's okay. Thank you. So Jai Hind all, I'm Yogendra Pal, Principal Satya Bharti Other Senior Secondary School, Fattuwilla, Punjab. Here I'm today representing Satya Bharti Group. We are here to share our experiences, our views about the use of Tinkling app. First of all, I would like to share what the Bharti Foundation is doing. Bharti Foundation basically is the charitable arm of Bharti Enterprise, the sister concern of Airtel Group. Under public-private partnership program with the state governments, Bharti Foundation is working to impart quality education, especially in rural India. So we're especially focusing on underprivileged families, and we are especially focusing on education of the girl child. Overall, 192 schools and about 1,400 teachers, and we are serving 45,000 students in all over the country. We're covering 6 states, Punjab, Haryana. So officially we are on the social mission. So being the part of the education and being an educator, we are always passionate about what new we have in the market which concerned with concept are available in market. Here the Tinkling came in the picture. So Tinkling app we are using from last 2 to 3 months, and we are one of the very happy users. So about Tinkling app, the best it's lesson planning. As a teacher, everybody knows that lesson planning is an integral part. Without a proper, appropriate lesson planning, we can't produce better results. So on Tinkling app, the different modules in different segments, the lessons are divided into different topics, periods are allotted. So ultimately, is well settled lesson plans are available, which are helping our teachers to produce their own lesson plans in a very, very energetic manner. Overall, if we see our teachers are taking help of Tingling app, the meaningful graphics are available, the conceptual learning is possible through this Tingling app. Afterward, if I go for activities part, in activities, if I would like to see that so many activities are available on the Tinkling app, and as of now, like jigsaw puzzles are available, the flip classes, uh, quiz, the group discussions and posters. Those activities are very much easy to perform as well as very much helpful in concept building. So you can understand that if concepts like conceptual knowledge is provided and concept building, something is helping in concept building, that is up to mark. 1400 TLM till date uploaded, and our contribution, I think I'm happy enough that my teachers are using and we are contributing in Tinkling app. Then in Bharti Foundation, generally we are dealing with the people of the rural community where they can't buy those highly paid apps. So I would like to suggest everyone, like this is a free app, and it is full of quality, and it is providing it is helping students in conceptual building. In junior classes, if I see the graphical representation in opening section and the conceptual part section is the best part of the Tinkling app. Then at end, I would like to conclude that it's an open app. Every teacher, the registered teacher, can explore, can upload anything useful on it. So ultimately, different people from different area, different teachers, different type of teaching style, different knowledge. So they are contributing and building a library, and ultimately through this app. So ultimately, this is a library by the community and for the community. So to Tinkling app, I would like to give one more narration that it is a community app and ultimately very much helpful. So we are lucky enough that we are using Tinkling app, and from last 2 to 3 months, we are using Tinkling app, and we are one of the satisfied and lucky users. So if allow, we have one more, our like from our primary school, Haryana, Madam Sunita is with us. So I would like to hand over to Madam Sunita to share her experiences regarding same. So now I would like to hand over to Madam Sunita. Thank you all. Jai Hind. So Sunita ma'am, please. Sunita ma'am, please.
Sunita madam, maybe you have to unmute your mic.
I would like to recommend this to everyone that please go for this, and being a teacher, you will definitely feel that it is something awesome. I've personally used it so many times. Few of my teachers, Ajay Pal, Mandeep, and they are passionate about that, and they are giving their enough time to that. So Madam Sunita, please. Thank you. Jai Hind.
जय हिंद ऑल। आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ जी मैडम।
जय हिंद ऑल। मैं सुनीता हरियाणा के प्राइमरी स्कूल सत्या भारती स्कूल में टीचर का काम कर रही हूँ। मेरा टिकलिंग ऐप से बहुत एक्सपीरियंस हुआ है, बहुत बेनिफिट हुआ टिकलिंग ऐप से। मैंने जैसे लेसन प्लान बनाती हूँ मैं, कई बार हमें लगता है कि हमें कुछ नया ऐड करना चाहिए अपने लेसन प्लान में, ताकि बच्चे इससे अच्छा सीख सकें और बच्चे इंजॉय करें इसे, और इंटरेस्टिंग से बच्चे काम कर सकें इसमें। तो मैं टिकलिंग ऐप से लेसन प्लान से आइडिया लेती हूँ कि उसमें सेट इंडक्शन में मुझे क्या करवाना चाहिए, जब मैं कंसेप्ट करवा रही हूँ तो कंसेप्ट में क्या नई एक्टिविटी डालूँ, ताकि मेरे बच्चे जो है इजली तरीके से कर सकें। तो मुझे रिस्पॉन्स भी अच्छा आया। मैंने टिकलिक ऐप से एक्टिविटी ली और हमारे भारतीय फाउंडेशन के बच्चों के ग्रुप बने हुए हैं, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप, जिससे हम बच्चों का काम करवाते हैं। तो उन ग्रुप में मैं वो एक्टिविटीज डालती हूँ और पेरेंट्स भी इजली तरीके से उनको समझ के बच्चों की हेल्प करके वो आराम से बच्चे कर लेते हैं और अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स आता है बच्चों का। और जब हम पीटीएम लेते हैं तो उसमें भी पेरेंट्स भी बताते हैं कि मैम बहुत अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स किया बच्चों ने। जैसे कई एक्टिविटीज है मैथ्स की, उसके अंदर राजमा है, जैसे राजमा काउंट किए हमने। तो घर में लॉकडाउन जैसे चला हुआ, हम बाहर से कई बार नहीं ऐसी चीजें अवेलेबल कर सकते, तो कई ऐसी जो डेली रूटीन की जो हम घर में अवेलेबल में हो जाती है चीजें, वो चीजें भी आसानी से मिल जाती है। ऐसे एग्जाम्पल इसमें टिकलिक ऐप में दिए हुए हैं। तो वहां से आइडिया लेके तो मैं बच्चों को ग्रुप में डालती हूँ, बच्चे आसानी से कर लेते हैं। उसमें असेसमेंट करवानी, जैसे बच्चों की असेसमेंट करनी है मैंने, उसमें वर्कशीट अच्छे से अच्छी वर्कशीट मिलती है उसके अंदर, तो वो बच्चे ग्रुप में आसानी से कर लेते हैं। और सबसे अच्छी बात मुझे ये लगी कि हम इसमें अपना एक्सपीरियंस, जैसे हम टीच कर रहे हैं, स्कूल के अंदर भी टीच करते हैं, हम अपना टीएलएम बनाते हैं, खुद का टीएलएम बनाते हैं। सिर्फ हम स्कूल में बच्चे देख लेते हैं, टीचर देख लेते हैं, हम एक दूसरे के साथ भी, हम आज मैडम ने ये टीएलएम बनाया है, लेकिन कोई दूसरा थर्ड पर्सन हमारा नहीं देख पाता था। लेकिन टिकलिक ऐप में हमने वो भी हम डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। वो डाउनलोड करके दूसरे टीचर भी हमारा टीएलएम देख रहे हैं और उनसे आइडिया ले रहे हैं कि हम ऐसा भी कुछ कर सकते हैं। और दूसरे के जो जो दूसरे टीचर भी टीएलएम इसके अंदर डाल रहे हैं, तो उनसे भी हमें नया आइडिया आता है कि हाँ ऐसा भी हम कुछ कर सकते हैं, हम अपनी लर्निंग में भी चेंज ला सकते हैं कुछ। मैंने इसके अंदर 10 टीएलएम अपलोड कर चुकी हूँ और वीडियो भी अपलोड कर चुकी हूँ। तो बहुत बेनिफिट है इसके अंदर बच्चों को भी और टीचर को भी, दोनों को ही इसमें सीखने को मिल रहा है कुछ ना कुछ। और पूरी एनसीईआरटी की जो हमारी प्राइमरी क्लास की जो बुक है, पूरी मैथ्स की इसके अंदर मैच होते हैं, हर चैप्टर मैच हो रहा है इसके अंदर। और लेसन प्लान में कई बार हम कंफ्यूज होते हैं कि लेसन प्लान को हम कितने पीरियड में डिवाइड करें, तो हम माइंड में नहीं आता। कई बार हम कम ज़्यादा कर लेते हैं, कई बार ज़्यादा कर लेते हैं, तो कम ज़्यादा पीरियड हो जाते हैं, उसके हिसाब से हम हमारा चेंज हो जाता है। तो हमें आइडिया मिल जाता है कि इसके अंदर हमें इस चैप्टर हम 9 पीरियड में हम इसको फिनिश कर सकते हैं और कौन से पीरियड में हम कौन सी एक्टिविटी कर सकते हैं, वो भी आइडिया इसमें से हमें आसानी से मिल सकता है। और बहुत यूजफुल, मेरे लिए तो बहुत यूजफुल रहा है ये ऐप, टिकलिक ऐप।
Thank you, Sunita madam. Thanks a lot for sharing your experiences. So Bharti Foundation is a sister company of Airtel, and they run about 192 schools in 6 states, mostly in Haryana and Punjab. And they have about 45,000 students and 1,500 teachers. And they are committed to very high quality. And Ticklinks has been very useful for them. And going forward, one of the big advantages that we are looking at is, teacher training and helping teachers in these very remote villages and areas where the teachers are also coming from those kind of backgrounds, and how does one equip them with great ideas and how to execute classes well. So that's where, we are looking at Ticklinks to help us at Bharti. Thank you, Sunita madam. So I would now like to hand over to Vijayan and summarize for us, and then we will open up the floor for questions. So thanks. So Vijayan, I am stopping screen share and I am handing over the mic to you.
The screen visible now?
Yes.
Yeah, we can see his screen.
Sorry, but okay, it is. Right. So, good afternoon to all of you again. And now what I want to do is to summarize whatever you have seen in the app. And also I want to lead you through a few thoughts which we had about the philosophy of this whole lesson planning idea. So first, let us see what you saw already. We can see that there are lesson plans which can be used online classes also, which incidentally is the current rage, and we can use it for the regular classroom. because we have a lot of presentations as it is. We can use it straight away on the computer or the mobile. We have videos, worksheets, activities ready for the classroom. So the teacher can have a lot of resources on their fingertips in order to help the child achieve the objectives of the class. Then, as we said, this basis of this is the NCERT syllabus. Currently, we are working from class 1 to 8. I saw there are some questions regarding higher classes, and as Sanjay said, we are definitely going to expand to that. But since this is a huge Herculean task, it takes a bit of time, and that's where probably all this community will help. Currently, we are having NCERT syllabus English medium, and we have completed all the lessons from maths, EVS, science, SST in the app. And of course, Hindi medium also has started, and they have completed 300 lesson plans. And as Sanjay said, this is just the tip of the iceberg, and unless we go really into the state boards, we really cannot achieve much. So therefore, we have to expand it to the state boards, and we already started with the Punjab board, and definitely over time and with the help of the teachers community, we'll definitely be able to go into the other boards. And this whole sessions have been planned for 35 minutes session. Now, having said this, I want to talk about the philosophy. So as you know, irrespective of what you teach, all of us want to foster team spirit in the class, and we want to encourage creativity, independent thinking, and then we want to stress on skill development rather than content remembering. All these philosophies are, we know, already being implemented, and most of the schools are following it. Currently, we know that also the textbooks are also having all these things. So there are a lot of activities, a lot of discussions, a lot of interesting puzzles given in the textbook. However, what I want to say is, reiterate what Sanjay also said, that many times for the teacher, within this 7-8 pages of the lesson, we find it very difficult to identify what all will you teach and what are the objectives of what you're going to teach. Okay, so then what happens is that many times we may find some activities, we may feel that it is totally irrelevant. Maybe it is not, because the person who has thought about it definitely knows quite a bit, but the problem is that we do not know what they were thinking. I want to give you an example. In the first standard English textbook, the 10th lesson, there's a poem called Flying Man, and then there's a small story about an elephant and a tailor. Now the activity after that is to make a friendship band. Now for any teacher, I mean, it is extremely difficult to identify what are you going to achieve in teaching English by making a friendship band. So this is a challenge. This is one of the things we are addressing adroitly in this app. So let me just explain to you a bit more on this. So we already saw the first 2 points which I mentioned here: fun and activity filled classroom. A lot of things are there, discussions are added. But then, in order to make this objective simple, we have said in period, there will be a limited number of points which are covered, and we identify what are the objects to be taken, so that the teacher doesn't have to really say how many periods I should take and what all things I should teach. So the important points, and based on the objectives, limited points are covered in each lesson. And then we also add activities, pictures, videos, worksheet to support the lesson concept. So if you are finding that the activities given in the textbook is matching the purpose of the whole objective, then we use it. If we find it's not, we search for other objectives or other supporting things like videos from outside, add it. We may also create, from the given activities, we may create something which is totally different, but it will also be an objective which we achieve, but it will further the purpose of the lesson. That's the idea. So you find a totally objective oriented application in this app. And as you saw, it is visual presentation, easy to read and all that. Now this is for all subjects, but when it comes to English, now English is a totally different animal. Let me just explain to you why it is so different. When a small child, when they first enter the LKG or the play school, they are already coming to the class with some amount of knowledge of their mother tongue. So they can speak a few things, they can take up a few instructions in the language, they can follow that. At that point of time, if the primary teacher gives them alphabets to learn, it is quite easy for them to step onto the reading and writing bandwagon, easier for them to advance in the language. However, when it comes to English, incidentally in India, I think there is hardly any percentage of people who have English as their mother tongue. Therefore, when a child comes to LKG or UKG or the play school, they are as good as a blank slate when it comes to English. So now the challenge with the teacher is that it is not that you're going to teach them alphabet. We have to teach them much more than that. Things we already taught the child in the mother tongue, that is basically speaking and listening. Therefore, we have to teach 4 skills in the case of English. That is listening, talking, reading, and writing. You have to teach all 4. And this becomes a big challenge. Now the question is, are the textbooks aligned to this? To be very honest with you, I don't think that the textbooks are aligned to this. In the National Curriculum Framework, which has been published, there are some sketchy steps mentioned, but it's inadequate. Therefore, when we are making the lesson plans for English, which has been the most tough, we had to change our strategy and we had to adopt things so that we can make this a more objective exercise. And to tell you that, let me just explain what we used. NCF is there, National Curriculum Framework is there, in which we have got some basic points to be added in English. While what we decided is we should use the Cambridge ESL, that is English as a Second Language curriculum. We have adopted this and we are using these 2 documents to create the objectives for teaching English.
Vijayan, are you sharing your screen? We can't see your screen. If you are sharing your screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am sharing.
Vijay, I think maybe you can enable editing and then have a slideshow presentation. Then it'll be clear. We can see a screen.
How to enable edit? Where is that?
That's right at the top of your screen, Vijayan. Enable editing for the PowerPoint.
For the PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Right at protected view, be careful, files from internet can contain virus.
I don't know why I'm not able to go into that.
So don't worry, Vijayan. Let's
okay, it's moving now. Yeah, we can see.
Now we can see
philosophy, continuation of English. That's what we can see on the screen now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So now you can see the 5 points also which are written.
Yes, we can see 5 points.
All right. So we are talking about the second point, which is basically how we base this on the Cambridge ESL curriculum plus the NCF. And that's what we have used for making these lesson plans, objectives. And then if you see, the 4th point, what I want to say is that initially for the lower classes, the stress is on teaching listening and speaking and reading, and less on writing, which incidentally is not the way we are following in the schools. We stress a lot on reading and writing, which the children are not able to do. So that's why, as I said, explained earlier, we are stressing more on listening and speaking now. And then again, the other thing is grammar. Now there are a lot of schools which have grammar workbooks and things like that from the first standard onwards. Incidentally, in the NCERT textbook, they have not treated grammar as a separate subject. There are no separate grammar headings. Now that becomes a big challenge for the teacher, because what are the things they're going to teach in a lesson? It's not mentioned there. At the same time, we have to cover some portions of grammar, but without saying that is grammar and making it more complicated. So what we are doing in the lesson plan is we are incorporating objectives which will teach grammar in a very phased out manner along with the lesson. So in the lesson, sometimes we may say, okay, we want to teach how to use I am and I have, or we may say how to use it and they, things like that. Very simple things, but then at the same time, the teacher can directly go and use that, so they don't have to break their head on what they have to teach in grammar. And then before I leave this page, I just want to tell you one more thing, which is the 3rd point, which is about teaching poetry. Now, this is something which I'm very, very passionate about, because so far, when you see, when I learned poetry in my school, in the vernacular, every poetry was having some sort of tune. It was some village or traditional tune, but I'm very sure that in Indian languages, all the poetry which is there has some sort of music behind it. Very simple music, which can be taught to the children, and still we can remember it after so many years. But incidentally, if you see the way we are teaching English poems, English poem, even though they are written with proper rhythm, with proper meter, nobody ever tries to teach or add a tune to that, which can be a nursery rhyme or things like that. So what we have done in our lesson plan is that for each of these poems, we have tried to give the tune in a nursery rhyme tune, so that, and we have uploaded that video so that you can use it straight away. So teacher automatically gets a very interesting thing which they can use for the class. Okay, so this is what we are doing currently. Now I want to go to the final point, which is very key, and this is we need help. As we said, we have to expand. There's a huge Herculean task in front of us, and for that we need contributors for developing lesson plans and activities, which already Sanjay also said, and we have explained it. And as we said, we want more and more schools who are keen to adopt this particular app and also contribute to this app. And finally, last but not the least, we need financial support to give this effort, to keep this effort going. And with that, I think we enter the presentation part, and maybe we can talk a bit more about questions.
Okay, shall we take some questions then?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. We have quite a few number of questions. Again, participants, if you have any other questions, please type it in the chat box. I'll be curating those questions and asking those to our speakers today. Okay, one question. What do you do when you find conflicts between the content from two authors? Like the approaches are different. What do you do there?
Vijayan, would you like to take that?
Well, currently with the NCERT, we have not found it, but I'm very sure as we expand it, we are definitely going to find this problem. I would say what I would do as a teacher is that if, say, for example, in the Punjab board, there is a lesson which is not really exactly aligned with the NCERT, and the Punjab board is going to teach that, I would make a lesson plan according to that, irrespective of what is written in the NCERT or what is written in some other state book. Because at the end of the day, the teacher has to go and teach what is there in the textbook, and we have to support that. So I would do like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
I support that what Vijayan is saying. So I mean, generally the fundamental concepts don't change, but the context changes. So they may talk about Baisakhi, and the examples that they give are different, and those are equally relevant. I mean, if you're talking about something in that context is also important. So in those cases, we make separate lesson plans because that is what will make sense for the teachers there.
Okay, perfect. Makes sense. Then I think we can move to the next question. How does it help for those students who do not have access to digital connectivity? Is there anything that we can do for those students?
See, I mean, what broadly our thought is that, digital connectivity is improving in general. So we would like to, ride on that wave and not create parallel infrastructure for an exigency. I mean, right now, the problem is that even in city schools, so this content has gone to some very high-end schools like DAV Chennai and some very high-end schools in Pune. And teachers there have come and said that, and principals and the administration that, this content is very, very useful. Very, very useful. And, some teachers have gone ahead and said that, we are learning from it as much as, the children will learn from it. So I feel, while there is excitement, we would like to take it to, much larger extent and even to areas where there is no digital connectivity. I feel right now where we are in the journey, if we can cover tier 1 and tier 2 cities well or tier 3 cities well, that would be a huge achievement. Because it is not just about the technology or the content. It is also about implementation and then, how methodically we are going ahead and doing what. So, like in any other discipline, there are some teachers who are path breakers and early adopters, and I'm sure many of them are here. And then there are teachers, who are behind, and it will take time. It will take time for us. So even where there is technology, it will take us time. So we are not thinking of, digital connectivity problem right now. We are thinking about where there is a digital connectivity. How do we at least, get these practices implemented there?
Yeah, it makes sense. To our user base wherever we can help, definitely makes sense. Another question is, how are plans for getting more state government syllabus on TICLINGs?
So like I said, I mean, we have started with Punjab board, and the one reason we started there was because, we have a good partner like Bharti. And, it is not just about making lesson plans, it is also about Punjabi. It is also about knowing that, the impact that we are having, and that it will be used, and we will know that it is being used effectively. So we are talking to some other partners in some other states. And we would love to expand. I mean, we would love to expand. I think, we kind of now know how to make it work. We have made almost 3,000 lesson plans now in our journey. So we know how to make it work. But we need the right set of partners so that, it is not just about making, but also the entire chain and making it work. So we are very keen, if people have connections and are interested, we would love to definitely work and, take it forward.
Perfect. Yeah, it's a collective effort. Makes sense. There's another question. It's a very specific question. How much time is it required to plan a lesson, like from your point of view?
About 5 hours on an average.
On an average, how much time? Perfect.
5 hours on an average. I mean, I would put
Okay,
5
I hope
hours.
that answered the question. Perfect. Great.
So that is the point. Most teachers will not have that much of time, and what we are trying to do is put all those resources so that, and then of course teachers will have great ideas on activities and assessments and worksheets, and those will keep flowing, like, we saw in Bharti Foundation 1400 TLMs in matter of 2 months.
Okay, we can move to the next question. It's a very, again, specific question. Do we have pre-primary content on TICLINGs?
No, not yet.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, another question. Do you encourage external material already available on web, or do you encourage original content self-made? What would you prefer?
Yeah, I mean, as long, like I said, I mean, we are following the open policy. So as long as it is fitting in the GNUL license, we will support it. So if it is not fitting in the GNUL license, because, we are saying we are taking content from open source and we are making it available as open and free. So that same philosophy has to be applied for people who are contributing content. So if it is a content which someone wants money for, or, private, then, we will have a issue with that. But at the same time, if schools want to create content which they want to circulate within their community, we are fine with that. I mean, we don't have a problem with that. But for the open community, it has to be free and open, because otherwise that whole idea of openness like Wikipedia is in conflict.
Thank you so much. Now there's another question on differentiated learning. How can we plan differentiated learning in our lesson plans? Any tips on making our lesson plans differentiated?
See, I mean, broadly, what we are attempting is while, we plan for a 35-minute class, maybe the material that we are giving is for mostly, 40 to 45 minutes class. And, normally a class may not be more than 30 minutes. So the point I'm trying to make is that, we are conscious of that, there should be some material which can be used by different layers of students. So some material we are providing, which the teacher can decide, who does, and maybe, some activities go to some type of students. Some flexibility is given to the teachers. There is a provision there for add similar link. And I was, discussing with some people very recently. So we will have, activities to be done in villages, activities to be done in urban areas, activities to be done for high income groups, and activities to be done for low income groups. And all of these are required because, the context changes, and again, you need those activities and skills which are relevant in those contexts and those groups. So that has to come also from the community, because the community will know exactly what is relevant in that context.
Yeah, makes sense. Perfect. Yeah. There's another question on HOTS questions. So there is a lot of stress right now on higher order thinking skill questions for students. These are inferential and analytical questions. It's slightly difficult to create them. So one participant has asked if Ticklinks can have a bank of such questions and worksheets, specifically focusing on HOTS questions.
It's a good question, and it has been discussed, and there are, in principle, yes, there is no problem. We need to make it and keep it there. So again, it's an effort. It will be a community effort. Right now, what we are trying to do is ensure that at least the bottom 90% of the main 90% of the requirements are met. The 90% of the students who many times fall behind the class because adequate activities are not there, adequate objectives are not adequately defined, or adequate material is not there that becomes available. But I'm sure all these are needed. The HOT questions, and those things are also needed to make it exciting. And it will be a roadmap item definitely for us.
Perfect. It's going to be like a very relevant thing for students, definitely.
Yeah.
There's another question on experiential learning. So is AVS done in experiential learning way? The resources that we have, how are they experiential?
So see, it's very, very, very interesting question, because if I look at EVS, and I've had this very interesting experience only recently after we started working on this lesson plan. So EVS 3rd to 5th, and after that it becomes science. So EVS 3rd to 5th, I would say almost 60 to 70% of the syllabus is actually social studies kind, so it is either mostly economics, girls versus boy, families, houses, travel, and that kind of, those kind of things, which could be classified either as civics sometimes as economics, sometimes as geography, sometimes as sociology, and then there are, of course, chapters on food and water and animals. So the chapters which are aligned to science, it is easier to have activities. So, you could have like that leaf activity I showed. It is very easy to have those kind of activities because, there is so much content available in open source for those kind of things. So what we are doing for these other items, like the sociology items or the civics items or the economics item. So we are creating a lot of case studies, like I was showing you for the Ashoka. There are firecrackers and animals are getting impacted, and how does it fit in with the dharma of Ashoka? Or if you are talking about sports, and and sports is a big topic in NCERT 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And similarly, family and relations, and similarly, houses. So these are topics, which are across great professions. So how do we connect it to real life, and what kind of discussions we can have, what kind of activities we can have? So there's a lot of emphasis. So if you see, a lot of those lesson plans that have been built are almost like case studies, which one would see in some of these MBA colleges like I am, to make it relevant to the real life application, and also to create a discussion in the class, because there will be no right wrong in many of these situations, and a discussion is important to help the thought process. So sir, I hope it is try to make it as experiential and as connected to the real life as possible through discussions in many cases.
That's a very, very interesting response. There is another question on understand by design model. So how effective is the UBD model or the understand by design model of lesson planning for CBSE high school curriculum? The specific question.
Yeah, so see, so I would say it is a kind of, like two ends of a matchstick, one would say. So one is, we go through the chapters and define the objectives, because, the objectives cannot be defined in isolation. They have to be defined in context of the chapter. So once we have defined the objective, then, with respect to those objectives, and that becomes the design model. With respect to the objectives, we then put together the material. So after that, the activities, and sometimes, we may find those activities in the book. Sometimes we may have to spend a lot of time in open source to find those activities. Sometimes, we may find the material in open source, and many times we may have to create those PowerPoints, because that is what will make sense with respect to the design model, because, the end purpose will be achieved only if we have to put in that effort. So the start point is the book, because, we don't want to do something which is very different from the syllabus. But after that, once we have written the objectives, then it follows kind of a design model.
Okay, makes sense, makes sense. There is one question. Can the assessments be attempted online? So what we have on Ticklinks, can we attempt it online?
That's a lot of work, not right now. Not right now. We are far from it right now.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Another question on inclusive classrooms. So any support for the teachers to create plans for inclusive classrooms?
See, what we are saying is, these lesson plans are, we are trying our best to make the best lesson plan, but we are still calling them sample lesson plan. Because, we believe the context of each class will be different. For various reasons, the class may be in a different place, the students are different, maybe the chapter has to be completed rapidly because of XYZ reason. And maybe, there are 3 grades of students sitting in the same class. That adaptation will have to be done by the teacher. We are not, right now helping in that area.
Perfect, perfect. There is one question. So what if there are some schools where they're not following the NCERT syllabus or CBSE syllabus, but still how can they make use of these resources? How do we go about it?
So see, like I said, it is difficult for the teachers, now that I have gone through personally these books from 1st to 8th, and I can understand the pains of the teacher. It is not easy, because, these books are very different. I am reading the Punjab board books right now, especially EVS. Maths, one can find some relation, but EVS, it is very difficult to relate Punjab board versus NCERT, and both have been written of the same NCF. So there are challenges for teachers. How do they directly use a material which is written for NCERT, and it is not easy. And that's the reason why we are thinking of going state by state for those books. Yeah, so that's the reason we are going, state board wise, because we believe, teachers will need help, and, that's the best way to give them help. And possibly it's a least effort from a path point of view, not for us, but for the community.
Perfect, perfect, great. There's another question. So when we make a lesson plan, how do we make it interesting and interactive? Any tips on that?
See, we have to, there are many models, there are models like, near to far. So, how do you first think of things and activities which are closest to the child, which they will relate to the easiest. So if, there is an example which I can understand very well, or if there is an activity which I can do very well, that is a place where I would start to develop the concept from before I take the child far from. So, these are the models, then there is that I do, you do, and we do, I do, we do, and you do. But roughly those are the ideas, you have to build on what the child already knows and comfortable with. You have to build on things which the children enjoy. Children enjoy games, children enjoy talking. So these lesson plans will create noisy classrooms. The classrooms will not be state classrooms, because there are a lot of discussions. But they will also ignite a lot of thoughts, because people are talking to each other and they're listening to each other. So I don't think there is a set formula. One has to, think about the context and think about what is it that the children will know, what is it that they will enjoy, and then extrapolate on that.
Perfect, makes sense. I think we can just take one more last question in the interest of time. One more question is, how much online is like okay? Like how much, what is the extent? When do we draw that line? How much online is okay?
See, frankly, I believe, I mean, this is my belief that, a teacher is absolutely required. And, these online, we did not start thinking that, these will be used for online teaching. So my idea is still that, teacher as a facilitator is very much required to create a discussion, because the biggest learning will happen when there is a discussion, when children listen to each other, when they do something with their hands, when they interact with each other, and not by seeing some PPTs or seeing some material. So I don't believe, online is sufficient. I believe, it's good to have material, and, the teacher has to then, deliver the material in the class in a very exciting way. So we need Amitabh Bachchan kind of skills to, deliver the material, exciting material, Amitabh Bachchan skills, and, great relationships in the class, which is what FIRCI provides, a lot of those pedagogy tools to help the teachers become better teachers. So I think all those are required to have exciting classes and exciting students and citizens.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sanjay and Vijayan, for this time, for sharing all your expertise or all your knowledge with us. I request both of you to please share your thoughts on this webinar. Any feedback or any suggestion? What do you think about this webinar?
So I really, want to, it was a wonderful experience. I mean, I never imagined it will be so meticulously planned and executed. And I really want to congratulate you people for putting up such a fantastic infrastructure and a forum, where so many people can get together and discuss. So thanks a lot, Ashwath, and thanks a lot, FIRCI team, for putting it together.
Thank you very much from my side.
Thank you so much, everyone. I think our biggest strength is our participants here asking such wonderful questions and engaging with this content. Our next webinar is going to get scheduled on June 9th on making history tangible and visible. So please look out for FIRCI emails to your inbox for information about this upcoming webinar. Also, before you leave, please take some time to give us feedback on this webinar. I think that will definitely help us make it better going forward. Feedback is a great way for learning for us. Also, to reach out to our speakers after the webinar, please write to contact@openlinksfoundation.org. This information will be pasted shortly in the chat window. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great evening.
Thanks, Ellie.
Thank you.